Good evening and welcome to the October 13th meeting of the Livermore City Council. I call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Barrientos. Councilmember Dunbar.
Here.
Councilmember Wong. Here. Vice Mayor Browning.
Here.
Mayor Marchand.
Here. If you'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you. There was no action taken. There's reportable action in the closed session. And moving on to advisory body appointments. Let's see, do we have a motion to approve the advisory body appointments?
Second.
Okay. Could you, do you have the names of the candidates? Those
Yes, sir. You
were
were
in my
just,
staff report.
you were just a little ahead of me. Let me share my
Please
screen.
read those names.
I can just go ahead and read them. For historic preservation, we had 2 vacancies. The first one is an appointment to an unexpired term ending May 1st, 2028, and that's Daniel Curtis. The second one is appointment to an unexpired term ending May 1st, 2029 for Devin Caulfield. Human Services Commission, we had 3 vacancies. An appointment to an unexpired term ending November 1st, 2028 is Yang Anna Yu. A reappointment to a regular term ending November 1st, 2029 for Tracy Nakamura, and an appointment to a regular term ending November 1st, 2029 for Stephen Cox. And we don't have any public comment on this one.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions or no? Okay, passed unanimously. Shall we invite them to come down for the oath of office? Come on down. And thank you very much for dedicating your time and committing the time and effort.
Right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
You just sign off your oath and I will give you.
All right, 4 new commissioners. Thank you all very much. And thank you for dedicating your time. Moving on to the open forum, the city clerk will direct how people can participate in the public forum.
Thank you, Mayor. The City Council agenda provides opportunities for the public to participate in the meeting by addressing the City Council in the following ways. For non-agendized items, the public has the opportunity during open forum to address the City Council on any item of interest that is within the City Council's subject matter jurisdiction. For agendized items, the public can address the City Council on each item of business it considers when the mayor opens public comment and should be focused on that particular business item. Please note, a speaker is not required to answer any questions from the City Council, and the City Council is not required to answer questions from the public. However, the mayor has the discretion to ask staff to address a speaker's comments when a council member believes it's relevant to a particular business item. When participating in tonight's meeting, 1 comment may be given per person per item. For consent calendar items, 1 comment may be given for all items on the consent calendar. If a consent calendar item is pulled for discussion by the City Council, a speaker will be allowed 1 comment for each item pulled for discussion and a separate comment for the remaining consent calendar. To provide comment, please fill out and turn in a speaker card found at the entrance of the council chambers. Speakers will be announced in the order received. Once public comment opens, each participant's name will be announced and their 3 minutes will begin once at the lectern. And the mayor will announce the conclusion of the public comment period after comments have been voiced into the record. Thank you, Mayor. And we have 1 speaker. Joe Lee.
So Microsoft Windows and support ends for Windows 10 on October 14, tomorrow. And I've been out in the streets yelling about this almost every day since June 6th after work for about an hour. And it seems like a perfect occasion to ditch Microsoft and move to free software like GNU/Linux. Software which won't put artificial restrictions on the on the programs, won't pressure users to buy new computers, won't treat users as though we're all potential thieves who will rob shareholders by avoiding license fees. Some of the people on the streets who've been talking to me have helped me understand that one of the reasons we continue using Microsoft Windows, despite its hostility towards us, is a mutual hostage situation. Workers are pressured to invest time, effort, and money into learning Microsoft Windows because we're misled into believing that Windows is what we need for the workplace. Workplaces like the city are pressured to use Microsoft Windows due to the belief that Windows is the only system that people know. It's a horrible cycle. Fortunately, cities are breaking free, and I wanted to point out some examples. In recent months, partly due to new data about Microsoft violating user privacy, which makes it non-compliant with the GDPR, some notable European municipalities are eliminating Microsoft from government computers. The northernmost state of Germany, for example, Schleswig-Holstein, which has 35 cities, is migrating 30,000 PCs off of Microsoft Windows onto free software and onto GNU/Linux. Other notable migrations from Microsoft include French cities of Lyon and Toulouse, and also the entire French National Police, Barcelona, Spain, the Italian military, the entire country of Denmark. In June, Denmark's Ministry of Digital Affairs announced that it would be breaking dependency on Microsoft in a phased transition whereby half the government computers will have Microsoft Office uninstalled from the computers and replaced by LibreOffice. And if that goes well, the rest of the computers will follow. About 2 weeks ago, the Austrian Armed Forces announced that it will migrate an estimated 16,000 workstations to GNU/Linux and LibreOffice, not because of cost, but for security and control of their own computers. The best part of that is using the money saved, the Austrian Armed Forces have committed to funding and contributing new features and improvements to LibreOffice, which will benefit all users, including the city of Livermore, if we decided to move to LibreOffice. And I'm just here to remind everyone that this is an excellent time to make the switch to free software.
Thank you.
That concludes open forum.
Okay, I'm going to close the public comment period for the open forum. Bringing it on to consent calendars. Is there anybody that wishes to pull any item from consent? Do we have any speakers for consent?
No public comments been received.
Okay, I'm going to close the public comment period for the consent calendar. And moving on, these are typically routine items that are passed together on a single motion. Is there a motion?
I'll move consent.
Vice Mayor moves consent. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Dunbar. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Passed unanimously. Thank you very much. Moving on to 7.1, a public hearing, ordinance amending and revising the building code, property maintenance code, fire code, and electrical code, and others.
Honorable Mayor Marchand and members of the City Council, this is your City Manager, Mariana Birch. Item 7.1 is going to be presented by Frank Mofarage, Chief Building Official for the city. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, staff, and members of the public. I am Frank Mofarage, your Chief Building Official. I am here to present the 2025 Building Code adoption. Building codes are in Title 24 of California Code of Regulations. The Health and Safety Code mandates that the Building Standards Commission adopt and publish the building codes, which apply to all occupancies and must be enforced by local governments. Local governments can amend codes prior to taking effect in January based on local conditions. Once adopted by the council, the codes are filed with the California Building Standard Commission, which make them effective as amended on January 1st, 2026. Codes are typically amended and adopted on a triennial basis. This year, Governor signed Trailer Bill AB 130 to accelerate housing construction and reduce cost. This resulted in suspending the right of local governments to amend the residential code. This code adoption has no amendments to the residential code. All residential requirements are substantially similar to the current code. Code changes are focused on life safety and environmental protection based on local climatic, topographical, geological, and environmental conditions. Examples: fire sprinklers in all new buildings, fire retardant roof materials, no underslab water plumbing, and additional EV chargers. With that, staff recommends adopting the 2025 California Code as revised and amended by City of Livermore Community Development Department and Livermore Pleasanton Fire Department. And that concludes my presentation. I'm here for any questions.
Do we have any public comment?
No, sir, we don't.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to close the public hearing and bring it back to the council. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, back in a previous life, when I was in the water industry, one of the problems that we had was that between the plumbing code and the electrical code, and it required grounding on the water pipes. And frequently I would see where they would have connections of dissimilar metals, which would result in pipe corrosion. Since we got the building codes here, have we gotten that? Have we fixed that?
Yeah, no, that was a real problem, still is, dissimilar metals. We addressed that through various, avenues. But, having most piping these days is also plastic. The requirement for grounding is through either a ground rod or a UFER ground, which is a 20-foot piece of rebar, 1/2 inches thick at the bottom of the footing. So,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Because I remember
Yeah.
back in the day, they would have the galvanized iron for the sprinkler system, and they would run a wire to connect the copper pipe in the house, and you had all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
So,
there was
so we
certainly-
got that. They bury a rebar. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Any other questions? Okay,
I don't have a question. I was just noting that at the open house with the fire this weekend, I talked to one of the inspectors for a bit about the different technologies of smoke detectors and what he was seeing for EVs these days. It was a very interesting conversation. I was glad I had it right before we were about to approve the code.
Well, there was the great one down in Monterey where one of the janitors was going to replace the light. And when he moved the panel, the hanging ceiling panel, sprinkler moved. And it turned out the sprinklers were just glued to the ceiling. There was no piping behind them. So that's why we have inspectors. Thank you very much. Okay, with that, if there's no other questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion.
I move approval.
Okay, Councilmember Wong moves approval. Is there a second? Councilmember Barrientos, second. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition, abstentions? Passed unanimously. Thank you. Moving on to 7.2, this is a weed abatement.
Honorable Mayor Marchand and members of the City Council, this is once again your City Manager, Mariana Birch. Item 7.2 is going to be presented by Ryan Rucker, Livermore Pleasanton Fire Marshal. Thank you. Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, just give us a moment to get the presentation up. Thank you for your patience.
Marshall Rucker, good to see you again.
It's good to see you again, Mayor Marchand and council. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and council members. On March 10th, 2025, the council adopted Resolution 2025-062A, declaring existing conditions of growing weeds on private property and sidewalks adjacent to each parcel of rural property are a public nuisance and should be abated. On April 14th, 2025, the City Council ordered the abatement of hazardous vegetation on the parcels identified in Exhibit A of the attached resolution and declared that all the abatement costs, including administrative costs incurred by the city, are the responsibility of the property owner. Schedule has been provided to all property owners, which includes abatement timelines, types of work needed based on parcel type, as well as the administrative costs which are charged when the city performs the abatement. Of 266 parcels inspected starting June 1st, the fire department concluded hazardous vegetation abatement of 2 parcels in July at a cost of $2,492, a compliance rate of over 99%. The public hearing tonight is to consider any and all protests, and if council find it appropriate, adopt a resolution overruling protests, confirm the 2025 weed abatement assessments, and direct staff to forward a certified copy of the assessment report to the county auditor. Staff's available for questions.
Do we have any public comment?
No public comment's been received.
Okay, I'm going to close the public comment period for 7.2 and bring it back to the council. Any questions or comments? Vice Mayor.
Yeah, just a quick comment. I mean, getting us down to only 2 actual abatements this year, I think really is testament to the improvements we've made over the last several years in communicating with the property owners, making sure we're finding the right people, making sure we're getting this accomplished in a timely and efficient manner. And I just wanted to give appreciation to all of staff for really improving that communication stream, because preferably we don't have to do any abatements ourselves. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Branning.
Councilor Dunbar.
Just hopeful that in the future that at the state level, someone can figure out how to deal with enforcement of the particular loophole property that we've got here that it's hard to enforce against.
We will continue to work with council to look for alternate resolutions to that problem.
Okay, no further questions or comments. I'll entertain a motion.
Move approval of the staff recommendation.
I'll second.
Motion made by Councilmember Dunbar, seconded by Councilmember Wong. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, abstentions? Passed unanimously. Very good. Moving right along, we are matters for consideration and council reports. Council reports, Councilmember Dunbar.
Everything in the agenda, lots of good activities over the last couple weeks. Many of you that I've seen, and hope you all had a good time in LA as well. All the report.
All right, very good. Councilmember Wong.
Um, I attended the League of California Cities Conference for the first time, and I said to the others that it was very affirming for me to see that all the model programs being presented at that conference were things that the city of Livermore does for the most part. And so while I was hoping to learn a lot of new things and get new ideas, it was more just check, check, check. Yes, we do all these things. So thank you to our staff for all the wonderful work and over the years and continuing hard work to keep us a city that's really a model for other cities throughout the state. And just a quick thing I want to report, there were a lot of things going on in the past month or two. But I attended a really cool camp that somehow I never heard of. It seems like I should have, but at the first Alarm Girls Plus Fire Camp that was at Las Positas, and it was at this same weekend as our Community Service Day. And it was really cool to see all these girls. I think they were 30 or more. I'm looking at our fire chief back there, who went and learned about a career in the fire service. And it was very hands-on, and it was 2 full days. And I know a lot of the girls came away interested in it. And when I posted about it on social media, one of my daughter's best friends from elementary school responded to me, I went to that. And that's why I now am pursuing a career in the fire service. So that was a very cool full circle.
So you went on the Saturday, right?
Yes, I went
Okay,
on
yeah, I was
Saturday.
there on Sunday. It was quite a program, quite
Yes.
robust.
Yeah,
Great.
I wanted
Excellent.
to get in there and do those things.
Well, there's a chance that they have the firefighter 101, where you can actually, drag
Mhm.
yourself up the 4 stories on the tower and
Yeah,
put out a
I've
fire.
done that.
Yeah, it's great fun. Yes, Councilmember Barrientos, anything that you wanted to highlight in your report?
Like highlight, I had I'm not sure, you know, my son's a fireman and he's EMT and driving ambulances now. Then I went down to the fire expo and had a good time. Pancakes were okay. I think the lines make them better. We make them rounder. But had a good time. They showed the public how they rip open the cars, and I think the guys enjoyed tearing the cars open. So I enjoyed the whole exposition, and I think you had a lot of people. I'm not sure how many people showed up there, but there's a good crowd. I enjoyed the whole thing.
Vice Mayor.
All right, I have a few things because I didn't turn in my packet,
You're busy.
so try to hit all of them. So I was with council members Wong and Barrientos at the League of California Cities, and I was also sworn in as the at-large director for the East Bay Division, or one of the at-large directors. So that was a lot of fun. It was a great conference down in Long Beach. On 10/6, we had a LabTub board meeting. I'm going to just run through these ones really fast. 10/2 is the paratransit subcommittee meeting. 9/25 was the League of California Cities board dinner. 9/29 was, or 9/24 was the Tri-Valley Cities Council's dinner. 9/22 was the Laptop Projects and Services Committee. I, of course, attended numerous other events, including the Fire Safety Expo throughout the last few weeks. And it's just been a very exciting time in Livermore, a lot going on. And I'm really looking forward to all the Halloween festivities coming up
The trunk or treat next week.
next week.
Well, very good. Well, thank you. Let's see, a few things I wanted to highlight. We celebrated the 100th birthday of Betty Moranville here in Livermore. I think that was light bulbs and ladies last longer in Livermore. So it's one of those remarkable things that we get to celebrate. Spoke at the ribbon cutting for the Maryland Avenue STEAM Academy. $28 million improvements to the school. That was a wonderful facility there. Happy to celebrate that. Again, we had the Community Service Day where we had over 600 people volunteering their time to, throughout the community on like over 40 different projects. Altamont Cruisers had their Nostalgia Day show. They have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars back to the community. It's a free car show, and they do tremendous work in the community to support our local nonprofits. And Saturday was the 24th annual Art Walk in the downtown, where we brought thousands of people into the downtown to appreciate the arts. And certainly appreciate all the efforts from the city staff to make that happen. So heard a lot of great comments about the art show, and a lot of people had a great time. With that, before I adjourn the meeting, I would like to welcome Kim Seeley, our new city attorney. This is her first meeting back, and we welcome you back to the city and look forward to great things. So welcome back.
Thank you.
With that, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. There being no further business, meeting is adjourned. I'm half an hour better. Yeah. I did it just so, yeah.